Hello, you're here because we have tools for business and life. These are often tools from the coaching field, but can be from anywhere. Today, it's a tool that's based a little bit on cello playing. I am a super beginner cello player for people who may not have joined before. Today, we're talking about doing the process while at the same time doing it your way. And by your way, I really want you to recall the Frank Sinatra or other people classic, My Way. I did it my way. And the reason I'm bringing this topic up is there is a nice parallel in learning to play the cello. But here's the question that I hear a lot when I work with coaching clients or when any of the coaches on our team work with coaching clients. We often hear, hey, this is who I am. I am this kind of person, or I have this style or this personality, and people want me to be a leader, a little bit like my manager. But we have different styles. We have different preferences, different styles. Do I really need to mold myself like him or her, like the manager? Or can I develop in my own style to have the things that are important, have a great team, be super at executive presence and communication? Can I do it my way? And you've been with us long enough. This is episode 158. You've been with us long enough to know that for sure my answer is going to be yes. Yes, absolutely. You can go towards the right directions of being a superb manager and also at the same time being very, very thoughtful about how you're doing it your way. I'm glad one of you says I love cello. I love cello too. So given that example, that kind of example, and it could be with anything. It could be how you're developing in business. It could be how you're taking on a new hobby. Let's say you decide you want to take up running, and your friend who takes up running says that you have to do sprint, calm, run, sprint. But that might not be exactly your way of getting into it. So with that, let me show you what I've learned from cello and then discuss this a little bit more. All right, I am sitting back now with my cello so you can see more of it. I am a huge cello fan. I think it's a phenomenally beautiful instrument, and I am on week 6 of learning to play it. So what I want to show you in the context of beginner mindset and exploring this question of can you do a process and do it your way as well. I'm going to play probably just a couple of lines from the song, "O Come Little Children." It's song number 6 in the Suzuki book. And the friends that I have who study cello and who play this, they play it fast. They're back and forth. It is a slower song. The tempo is andante, but I am going to play this more slower, just the way my teacher said, look, Senia, you can play it slower. You actually can. If that is how you want to learn it, that totally makes sense with this song. So that's how I'm going to show it with this and then discuss the topic with you a little bit more. All right. Here I am with "O Come Little Children," part of it. That is most of "O Come Little Children." I'm going to put the cello back so I can chat with you. Is it not a phenomenal, beautiful, beautiful instrument? So let's talk about this topic. Hi, Catherine. Thank you. Yes, I feel that way too, that this is kind of fun to try, but also very, very, very beginner mindset. The topic is, how can you make something your own? People who I know who play this song, they play it da 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 da. They just go fast and they get it and they know it really smoothly. So the way that I've made it my own is to slow it down even more. This is not a seismic shift. This is not a cataclysmic change, but it is a way that I'm trying this on like a sweater, that I'm putting it on my way. So if you are in one of these two situations, One is you want to do something at work. You want to try something, a new something for you. Let me give you an example. Suppose you want to be more inclusive in meetings. And specifically, suppose you want to make sure you regularly run meetings of about 6 people, 5 to 6 people. And let's say by inclusive, you actually just want to make sure that everybody's voice is heard in a meeting. You can have that as a goal, and you can go about that in different ways. For example, one way that we positive psychologists do this is we often at the beginning ask people a question when they come to a meeting. We might say, what's the best thing that's happened on this project since the last time we met? And I've recently just been reading Amy Edmondson's book, Fearless Organizations. And one of the questions that's referenced in there as a great opening question to increase the psychological safety of the team, so the team feels like they're more bonded. And it's another great way of being more inclusive is somebody, the leader of the meeting, could say, what is a risk you've taken in the past week? So what I'm saying is, if your goal is to be more inclusive, to make sure people feel that they're speaking, there are different ways to do it. So try yours on. Try it on like a sweater. Let's say one week you're going to say, I'm generally going to ask about what's the riskiest thing since last week. And let's say another week you're going to say, I'm going to ask what great thing has been happening since last week. So you can switch it up, but you can try different things on. And that's what I mean by the title of this series today, the process versus doing it your way. So let's try one other example, and then we'll kind of wrap it all up. The other example is physical exercise. A lot of people, when they want to make change in their life, they start by drinking more water, or eating more vegetables, or doing sit-ups or crunches or plank in the morning, or going out for a walk around their block. All of these are ways to get to, they're all a process. So what I'm trying to say is you're creating a ritual in each one of these, but how can you do it your way? And my one big piece of advice to you is try it. Try whether one thing is your way, and another week try whether another thing is your way. There's a system that Ben Franklin used to have, and there are great images about it online and the great write-ups. He had 13 virtues that he was working on. And each week he would work on a different virtue. I don't quite remember them, but for example, one of them I think was silence, not speaking as much and letting other people do the speaking. And another was patience. So each week he would focus on just that one. That's what I'm proposing you do. So whether you want to have inclusive meetings or you want to take up a new exercise habit, try like me with my slower version of "Oh, Come Little Children." Try whatever works for you. And then the following week, check if it worked. Check if you want to keep that experiment or switch to a different experiment. That way you're carrying both there, the process and doing it your way. Thank you. It's been delightful being with you. I'm going to give you some outro music, which I never do. And we're back again tomorrow on Friday. So enjoy this outro music and see you soon.